Let's take a quick look at the costs and revenue section. So if we click down here in costs, costs are split into two items. So firstly, we have fixed costs. So these are all the things that don't change. So they don't change even if you sell 0 products or 100 products. So for this business, these are things like staff wages. It's a technology business, so we have the technology infrastructure, the technology development, and some other costs. For each, you add how much they are, and then you can choose a period. So do you incur this cost yearly, for example? Is it just a one-off cost? Is it monthly? Next, we have variable costs. So these are all the costs that change depending on how much of the product you sell. So if you're selling bags, a product could be one handbag. If you're selling a service, the product could be one bit of the service. So firstly, we ask you to identify what are the products that you're actually selling. So as this is a tech company, we're selling two things. Firstly, we're selling a monthly subscription so people can sign up. But secondly, we're also offering a service where we'll come in and do an audit for that company. So these are the two products we're selling. Add the unit. So how are you going to cost it? Is it per user, per month, per subscription? You can define that. And then we want you to add what's the cost of delivering that unit. So for us, what's the cost of delivering a monthly subscription to each user? Now, in a tech company, often that's 0 because there's no additional cost to add one user. But here for the audit, where we'll be going and conducting the audit, that's per audit, it's going to cost us £4,000 because that's the cost of staff and also their travel for 1 month. So you can add here, and these are your costs that have been created. Now let's go to revenue. The first thing we want to look at is the revenue model. So basically, how are you intending to make money? So in this company, we're doing two things. First is freemium. So as very common in tech companies, it's free for some users, but if you want the premium services, you have to pay for it. And then we have the second model, which I described, which is one-off payments. So for each audit that someone buys, we'll give them 1 month of services. Next, we ask you to define the prices for those products. Now you'll see that these products have already been pulled through from costs. That's because we already defined them there. So we already said that you will be selling monthly subscriptions in a company audit, and we've already defined the unit. So now you want to add how much are you selling them for? So how much will the user actually pay for them? For the subscription, we're selling them at £1. For the audit, we're selling it at £8,000 for the month. And then finally, we want you here to add your projected sales. So for each of those products, how much are you intending to sell? So these are the monthly subscriptions, and you can see we'll have 0 in month 1, then 5, then 6, then 0 in month 4. So it's a very slow ramp up, and then suddenly we'll go to lots and lots of users. Similarly, for the company audit, this is more gradual, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So we want you to project your sales over the next 12 months. And then finally, you can see a summary of that. So this is our revenue model, this is the pricing, and then you'll see that it creates 12 monthly forecasts for you. So all the money that you get in for your products, your cash out, so how much does it cost you for your fixed costs, and then how much for your variable costs. So for these products, how much does it cost you to deliver them each month? And finally, your balance. So that's it for costs and revenue. Hope you enjoy.